Hi everybody, I hope everyone's doing well. Well, today it is May 12th, 2024. It is Mother's Day. By the time you see this, though, Mother's Day would have already been. And so I hope you guys had a blessed and beautiful, relaxing Mother's Day. I'm going to have a good one and I'm going to explain everything about mine. Yeah, it's going to be different. And also today it is my daddy's birthday. My dad passed away in December of 2012, and it is his birthday, so happy birthday, Daddy. I'll put a picture here of him. One of my favorites, and I always share it when I talk about him. I always share it. And then I'll put a picture here of Mom and Dad as well. One of my favorites. Yeah. All right, you guys. If I look to the viewfinder, I keep thinking it's blurry, like I need to clean it. I got a new phone, and so the background to it is sort of, it blurs it out. It's called a cinematic. Probably a lot of you guys know about it. I just got a new phone, so it's an Apple 15 Pro Max, and so yeah, I like that. I like that. So it focuses, it gives you depth. It says anyway. But I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying not to look at the display part of it because I keep thinking it's blurry, and then I'm like, oh no, it's not. Okay, you guys, it's gonna be a different kind of a weekly update for you guys. I have some new people. I keep growing. My channel is growing, and I want to say first of all how grateful I am that you guys are taking this journey with me. For those of you who are new, I am on a health quest. I want to finally, at 55, find peace mainly versus happiness. I used to seek happiness. And yes, I definitely want happiness. But happiness is a state of being, right? But I want peace, peace. And I want, in order for me to find peace, I need to deal with my stress. And that is, main thing is my marriage. And so I am separated now of 24-year marriage. I'm separated. I'm definitely in an awareness and discovering of myself. And something huge happened yesterday that I want to share with you guys because I think it really, really speaks to where I'm at and what I want in my life. So in order for me to do that, though, we need to go back to my therapy session that I had last week. The 8th, on the 8th. Okay. That is something that when I decided to get separated, I was sort of kind of doing things. And there was one day, and I'll put the vlog right here. I always resort to that because that's the day I went and got therapy. I went to seek out a therapist because I was falling apart, you guys. And I'm so grateful that, I believe God is guiding me in all these directions, and I'm so grateful for that because this past Wednesday, we discussed something that really came to be for me on yesterday, Saturday. And if I wouldn't have been in therapy, I wouldn't have been able to be aware of it, right? And see what was happening. Okay, so again, all the other separations that I've asked for really have always been a reprieve, okay? Sort of, I always kind of knew that I was going to go back to him because that's what typically happens. But something happened at the beginning of March, something really that just sort of said to me, wake up, Laura. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep pushing it. You need to deal with things in your life that are causing so much stress in your life because I am a chronically stressed person. And no matter at the end of it, with the weight loss is what I really, that I want to lose weight, be in a healthy range. I needed to fix the stress. That's it. And I knew it was my marriage. And when that thing happened in March, that really set the tone to really getting in there and saying, you know what, I need a separation. And then I needed to get help. And this is what I want to talk about. On Wednesday, one of the things that we talked about was a normal way. Okay, let me start this way. I think it'll be better. There are 3 facets when one is changing. Okay, there is the present you, there is the past you, and then there is the future you. Okay, you want to get to this kind of life for yourself. You see that the life you see, but you're in your present time, and in the present time, before you get to those things that you see in your future, You got to change, right? There's a lot of changes. And she says you feel the most lonely here. And that's because you're either, and she gave an example of someone who has a drinking issue, okay? And how when they want to change that, they sometimes have to change friends. They change where they hang out. They sometimes have to change their job. And it becomes lonely. It becomes lonely. And so what happens is you kind of want to go back to the past, the recent past, and into that normal dysfunction. But what happens is you go back there, and if you're truly in the place of change, like really wanting something different, you don't stay there very, very long, and then you start going back to that less and less. And so your future, what you see for a future life, starts to become more of that present reality. And so it was really interesting because she made note of that to me, because she actually said, it's actually normal, Lord, that you may want to go back to him, and you might find yourself there, and then you're not going to want to stay there, though. It's not going to feel comfortable. And then she explained, everything that I kind of explained. So what was interesting was on Saturday, I did a blog, and I'll put it right here. And in that morning, I said that I had to go turn in my phone, and that I didn't feel really, kind of feeling some kind of way. Okay. And I didn't know what the day was going to bring, but that if I went shopping and I did all these things, that I was going to take you guys with me. One of the things that I've been looking for is a white top, because I'm going to be giving you guys a belly dancing show. I'm calling it a show, but it's not. But I want a white top in specific, something white or something beige, creamy. Anyway, and so we were going to go ahead and do that. I thought I had found one, but it didn't work out. Anyway, I got a phone call from my husband, and he said, "Hey, can we meet up? Can we talk?" And I was already feeling some kind of way, And I realized what I was feeling was that loneliness, missing him. Kind of like what we're going to go back to what my therapist said. But I kind of was feeling that. And so when he called, it made it really easy for me to say, okay. So at that point, I decided to go ahead, and I was going to go to this Marshall's that's really, really big, and it's connected to the mall, and it's a really big one. Okay, it really is. I thought if I had any chance of finding the white top, it'd probably be there. And so he said, okay. So I was there, and I was doing my shopping. I had a cart full of some clothes and things, and then he showed up. And I'm going to try to make this part really, really short, because this is where I got really long before. But anyway, what ended up happening is I said, I'm going to try these clothes on. He says, okay, I'm going to go get some coffee, get a keto coffee for us. And I said, okay. He asked, typically when we do these things, we'll share. I don't ever want my own coffee. I don't know. I share. And he goes, you want your own, or you don't want to share? And I said, we'll share. Okay, we'll share. Okay, so he goes, I go to the dressing room, and let me just tell you what happened. So when I got into the dressing room, I remember I was going to vlog for you guys. I was going to put on all the clothes that I wanted to try for you guys. And I remember just sort of looking in the mirror, and I just sort of stood there, you guys, staring at myself in the mirror. And finally I said to myself, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you keeping it pushing? Is this what we're going to do? This is what I said to myself, legitimately said to myself. What are you doing? Something happened that was a catalyst at the beginning of March for the separation. Okay? Now, keep in mind, you guys, nobody had an affair. It's nothing like that, okay? Nobody, it's not within the scopes of what you think it would be, like any abuses of substances. It's nothing like that, you guys, okay? This is just part of the course of our marriage, but it was sort of amplified, okay? So anyway, I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I didn't blog, you guys. I just tried on the clothes. I even had a long necklace. I had a long necklace, and I put it down. I took it off, I forgot about the darn necklace. I just tried on the clothes, and I got out. By the time I tried everything on, and I went back to the area that I was with the clothing, the sportswear and stuff, So he ends up showing up, you guys, and we were sharing this coffee. Okay, we were sharing the coffee. And I'm starting to really feel some kind of way. Okay, I'm not liking what I'm feeling. I'm starting to have an anxiousness about it. I'm starting to just feel anxious. I wouldn't say that I was having a panic attack or anything like that, or an anxiety attack. I was just feeling anxious, but it was revving up. Finally, I said, I want to go home. I want to go home. And we were supposed to go eat, you guys. I want to go home. And he's like, what? Da 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 da. And I said, I hold on a minute. And I just sort of stood there for a little bit, and I had to like grab onto the cart. Maybe I was having an anxiety attack because yeah, maybe I was. I just wasn't feeling right, you guys. And we're going to talk about anxiety because remember, you guys, I was talking to you guys about that in a minute. So anyway, finally, there was something, okay, being that it's Mother's Day, though, added a different element to this shopping trip because him and the kids were in cahoots, okay? And I'm going to do a haul after this. I will do a haul, okay? And I'll show you what they got me. But we went to the area because he said, the kids and I really want to get you something specific if they have it. And I said, okay. And so I kept it pushing. Okay. Finally, it got to the point where we got everything. I got what I wanted. The gift and everything. We went to go pay and we got to the car. So we were going to take my car to go get something to eat. And I kept it pushing. Okay. I kept it pushing. Finally, I said, I can't do this. I can't do this. And he's like, can't do what? And I said, I can't do this. So he said, okay, let's go ahead and talk in the car. It was late, guys, and I was really hungry. He was really hungry. He said, listen, let's just go get something to eat. We'll sit and we'll talk in the car. I said, okay. So we did. We talked in the car. And I said, I went back to what my therapist said. I go, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I was feeling in the morning. This is what I've been feeling is missing. I'm talking to him, or I started talking to him on the 20, I have it right here, you guys. I started talking to him for the first time from the separation on Monday the 29th. And ever since then, I've been uneasy because there have been more conversations, and I'm missing him, right? So come Saturday the 11th, yesterday, it was easy for me to say, yeah. And then with the shopping and everything and Mother's Day and da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, no, my therapist is very correct. And I'm so grateful that she brought that up on Wednesday. I'm so grateful because I was able to recognize it. I was able to recognize it. I am not keeping it pushing. I don't want to keep it pushing. I'm not there anymore. I am not there anymore. I want to change. I want different for me, right? And consequently, by default, it's going to be for him. But I'm not saying I want a divorce. I'm not saying I want to work on our marriage. I'm saying I want to heal. That's what I told him. I went back to what is normal and familiar and dysfunctional. And I've been feeling that, you guys. So back to the anxiousness. If you guys remember, I said that since the separation, I wake up with the lightness. I wake up and I'm less anxious. I don't have anxieties. I feel light. But yeah, I miss him. Yes, it's hard. It's change. It's scary. It's lonely. And she's right. You do feel lonely. But there's awareness and there's a discovery about yourself. And I agree. I cannot agree more. And that's what happened. We talked for a long time. It was exhausting, but we did. The conversation that was had was finally something more in line with where I'm at. Okay? It wasn't being more like passive, saying, yeah, I know, like before, within these past, almost 2 weeks? It's been more like, I know, I miss you too, da-da-da-da, It was more like, no. I told him, I don't know where the marriage is going to be. I don't. But I do know he's getting help himself, you guys. which I applaud. I really, really do. But in the end, it would be good for him, regardless if there's an us. It would be good for him. So I just sort of set up some boundaries, and I set up things that I don't want to talk about right now. I'm not ready to, and that's it, and he respected it. He did. He respected that. So because that conversation sort of panned out the way it did, it really, really did. He's going to come today. He's here. They're cooking my Mother's Day thing. And I'm okay with that. That's the important thing. I'm okay with that. And my children, the best thing about this is that my children see me being respectful. I want my children to see that. And so that's where I'm at. So I'm going to have a good Mother's Day. It's going to be different, but it's going to be good. But that's where I'm at. I got boundaries. I'm aware. I'm discovering myself. He respects those boundaries. I think he even said, you are definitely different. One more thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to make a note about this. I have my notes right here about codependency. I think I touched on it on the blog. I'm not sure. As of right now, I haven't edited those, but I'm linking them for you guys. Because I want to do this when I talk about how I got here. And I have it. I'm going to write it down. Because I was shocked to hear about codependency. I was shocked about what my therapist said. So I'm going to do that video for you guys. All right. So let's go talk about the weigh-in real quick. Let me put it right here. All right. 180. 2.8 pounds up. Overall, these past 2 weeks, I'm up pretty much 5 pounds. Pretty much. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that did not affect me, because it sure as heck did. Yesterday, by the way, when my husband and we went to eat and we sat in the car, ate, we had Flying Dutchmans. I've been staying on program. I have been, you guys, in those vlogs that talk about cheese, I've been having a lot of cheese. I do think it's causing inflammation. I have the Baby Bell cheese and Kobe Jack. I had a little bit of Havarti. Havarti doesn't really affect me as bad. But anyway, nevertheless, I've been having more cheese. There's a lot of great NSVs, which we're going to talk about these pants. In those vlogs, you've seen some NSVs, especially that pink top. I'll put it here. If I haven't linked the video, I'll link that video here. But that top is huge for me, monumental for me. And I talk a lot about it in that vlog. So NSVs are here. I was extremely bloated, you guys. A lot of emotions, a lot of crying, a lot of stress, not in ketones, or not in ketosis. I'm negative. Yesterday was negative. I was, in one of the vlogs, I had a little bit of particles that was detected, but pretty much I've been negative now for 2 weeks, approximately now, maybe a week and a half or so. I worked out 3 times this week, so that was really, really good. That's a good thing for me. But there is less movement throughout my day. I think that affects my ketones, and it's affecting my weight. I'm thinking that I may want to weigh in during the middle of the week as I vlog for next week. We might do that. I might take an exception though, just to see if the inflammation's coming down and what the scale would say. Okay, so we might weigh in. But I've seen the 180s again, and I don't like it. However, I feel like it's a part of the process. I do. So I'm going to have a good Mother's Day. He's here. Boundaries are up for today, and he knows, he's aware. I don't know if I mentioned, but he's also getting help, independent of me. It's going to be good for him, independent of me, and that's good, There needs to be an independence of healing. And let's see when we come together to discuss where we're going to be at, let's see where we end up at, There's no decisions need to be made right now. And that's what I told him. Nothing. No one's getting divorced. No one's there yet. But we are on a different trajectory. Is that how you say it? Different. You by default, maybe. But I am definitely going different for myself, And I look forward to this. So anyway, that's where we're at. So let me go ahead and get up, and I'll show you this so I can go downstairs with my family. My eye look is courtesy of ColourPop. Of course. That's what I did. I do have false lashes on today. My earrings are some old ones I've had for a long, long time. They're from 1928. The brand 1928, love that. Yeah, the top, you've seen a blue one I have like this. So this is the other one I have. I have a pink one too. I've never worn this one for you guys, but it's from Lauren Conrad, extra large. It's the one with the chiffon and the extra layer of fabric here to give you a little bit of a lift. Love it. Mock neckline. And it's a floral print. The pants are also from Lauren Conrad. They're a size 12. I was not able to wear these, so there's another NSV. So, but I don't know if I'm keeping these because these are extremely, extremely skinny, and I don't know if I like that for me anymore. But let me show you. But I love the button fly. I couldn't wear these, but I don't know. They're just, I think they're too skinny. My daughter says no, but I don't know. I might keep them for a little bit. Very comfortable, very thin denim, almost like a legging or a jegging kind of a fat denim. But yeah, I might have this tucked. I like the exposed button fly. This is the back. Yeah, one of my favorite tops. This style of top is my favorite. I'm so glad I have three. I would have got, if I could afford it, I would have got all of the design, the pattern, the fabric pattern they had in this in this top. That is it. I know it's a long one, but yeah, a lot of emotions. I got my notes for the video that I'm going to be working on for you guys, and I'm really proud of myself, you guys. I have to tell you, I'm really proud of myself. At first, I felt bad. I want to tell you that too. I felt bad at first because I saw him, and it was emotional. You know, but change begets change too. Like I said, at the end, it's going to, I feel, if he works on himself like he says he is, it's going to be good for him too. Because he has to discover, why is he that way, you know? Because that is the core of the issue of the problem of the marriage. And in the meantime, I have a lot of healing to do. And I see that. I tell you, awareness and discovery for sure. That is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. Yeah, I can't even tell you guys how much this means to me. I can't, you know, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. It really does help me. It helps me grow. Or a thumbs down, that helps too. I get those, I do. And that's good, that's all good. So either way, yeah, it would help me out, and sharing me out would help me out too. Okay, my friends, that is it. I'll talk to you all soon, very, very soon. We're gonna vlog, and we may have a weigh-in during the middle of the week. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys had a wonderful one. Okay, talk soon, bye.